Hi, and welcome to CityBeat. I'm your host, Beej, Recreation Coordinator with Lewiston Parks and Recreation. And today our guest is Transit Secretary Darlene Burke. Darlene, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So I always like to say, let's dive right in. So let's dive right in. Talk about the two types of services that you guys really offer.
Lewiston Transit offers two types of service. We have the fixed route service, and that's the bus that runs on schedule and has certain bus stops but you can flag it along the route also if it's safe for the driver to pull over. And that service is for anyone to use. You don't need to call the office and schedule. You just need to be at a bus stop or somewhere along the route. Because we have that service, we're also required to have into place what's called ADA complimentary paratransit, and what we refer to as dial-a-ride service. And that's for those who cannot, for maybe physical reasons or environmental barriers, prevent them from using the fixed route. So there's an application process, and they have to qualify for that service. So we have the fixed route, and that's for anyone. Dial-a-ride, they can call our office at 208-298-1340 for more information on how to qualify for that service.
So can we dive kind of into the route itself? I know Shannon Groh, the transit manager, has, it's not just an easy process where, hey, we'll stop here and here. There's a process to it. Can you talk a little bit about how the route is mapped out and how the process works?
When we look at the routes, we kind of look and see where everyone's going, where they may be, where the jobs are, where the medical places are, the schools, the libraries. And fortunately, when the library did move downtown, we did not have to reroute our route because we were currently stopping at 5th and Main, which is right at the dorms there, right across from where the new library is at. So we do look at where the jobs may be and what's most convenient for people.
Yeah. So a big part of your route, especially this summer, and it was introduced last summer, was the Kids Freedom Pass. Just tell how successful it is. Tell everybody how awesome that program has become.
The Kids Freedom Pass was implemented last year, and due to demand, we decided to go ahead and offer it again this year. Last year, we did over 1,700 kids, and those are kids for the summer can ride for free if they're 17 years or younger. This year, unfortunately, tomorrow's the last day, but as of yesterday, we have done over 2,600 kids this year, which amounts to about a 30% increase from last year. And when we implemented it last year, after the program ended, we noticed that our ridership went up slightly by about 10%. And we're attributing that to possibly that the kids that used it during the summer found that it's convenient for them during the off-season, after the summer, and that they're continuing to use the service during year-round.
So you're hoping that 10% will maybe increase to even a greater percentage, because, an additional about 1,000 kids riding the bus is pretty spectacular for, a community. We have about 30,000+ people here, so that's a pretty huge increase.
It is a significant increase for our area. This year we also did a drawing for the kids. If they rode the bus, they got to fill out a ticket, and we drew for free T-shirts. So that was also a new incentive to try and get them on the bus.
And what was your response with that? What was the feedback?
Oh, they were very eager to earn a T-shirt. That's what the drivers were telling us. So, and the ones that I did contact that won seemed very excited that they got the T-shirt.
I can tell you from my personal experience that I have two sons, a first grader and almost kindergartner. And this summer we would jump on the bus to the community center. and we wanted to go to the library, but I wanted to take the boys on an entire route ride. So we went to the mall, and from the mall we did a transfer. Anyways, we ended up downtown, as you said, on 5th and Main, and walked across D Street to the brand new library. In all honesty, it could not have been any easier. The spectacular part about Lewiston Transit, in my opinion, especially because I'm at the community center, so I see the drivers every day, is the drivers that are employed by Lewiston Transit are spectacular individuals. Any questions that I've ever had or wondered about, as soon as I go talk to them, it's answered, or if they don't know, they'll come let me know. You know, so having that kind of rapport with the driver is pretty awesome.
We do have a very great crew. They're very flexible, and we couldn't really do as much as we do with as little as we have without that flexibility. The other aspect of that is that myself and another dispatcher in the office also have a CDL with a passenger endorsement. So if things do happen, if a driver calls in or a bus needs to be shuttled to the shop, we can easily get it up there instead of waiting for a driver to get off shift. And so that having such a flexible crew really does make us very successful in what we do. So
yeah, and as you've said, I mean, ridership has grown. You know, that's a testament, you know, to your crew, Shannon's leadership within your department. So kudos to Transit.
Thanks.
You know, another part of what you do, specifically, but the department at Transit does some travel training.
Yes.
Can you talk to viewers about what you do with travel training?
With travel training, if someone has questions on how to use the system, or they're just really apprehensive about getting on the bus the first time, they can contact me, and I will go out and train with them. I will actually ride the bus with them, tell them how to use the pull cords or how to transfer from bus to bus, and I'll ride with them until they feel comfortable taking the trip, a certain trip. Or if they want to just get on and see where the bus goes, I'll ride along with them and just get them comfortable in that environment. Because I think most people are apprehensive about taking that first, it's change, and they're apprehensive about that first trip. But once you get on, and as you attested to, the drivers are very helpful, they make you comfortable, and the apprehension goes away pretty quickly. So.
And it does. And a matter of fact, I think I just saw you doing a travel training this week, right?
I did. I did. Actually, there were a couple that brought their son down for college. He's staying at the dorms at 5th and Main, and he is legally blind. And they wanted to know what his options were for transit. So I went and met them at the dorms. We caught the bus and rode around, and they were very impressed with what we had here in the city, and that I was able to just drop everything that day and come and help them.
So again, a testament to Transit.
Yes.
And the crew. So there's some new things brewing. What's going on? What's going to be new?
What's new is we're working on a new webpage that incorporates our service and the Clarkston service. So it's kind of a one-stop shop where all your transit options would be. That's in process. It's not kind of up and running yet. It needs a little tweaking yet. And also we have a slight route change that will be coming hopefully around October. We're putting in a new shelter on Warner behind the Chevron station. And there'll be another, right now the buses transfer at the mall, but there will be another transfer point opportunity there when the east route goes up Thane and at Warner there. So
a couple
just
new things.
It's just a slight change, and we'll be sure and put notices out on the bus and handouts and give people plenty of notice before it happens.
To the best of your ability, and I know you and Shannon are right next to each other planning stuff out, and so what are some other potential things that might happen as far as shelters, route changes in the near future or in the distant future even?
Well, the route change is coming. They broke ground, I believe, this week on the shelter. We have 2 shelters possibly going up in North Lewiston, and where we connect with the Appaloosa. And we are also looking into possibly expanding 1 more hour in the evening. That has not been, it's still kind of up in the air right now, but we are looking at schedules, looking at funding to see if that's a feasible thing to do also.
Yeah, which I think will be nice to have that additional hour, because a lot of people get off at 5.
Right. And
we'll have that additional hour to be able for ridership.
That's what we were looking at, is that if somebody gets off at 5 and lives in the orchards, they can't get home. So we are looking into
fantastic
making that expansion.
As far as the website goes, what are some things that are going to be offered or information that will be available on the website?
On the website, you're actually going to be able to plug in where you live, where you're going, and get detailed information on how to get there. That's the goal with the website, with Google Maps. So, they're working on it. There are some glitches about transferring between buses, but they're working on that to make that an easy way to plan. You'll be able to plan a trip and have detailed information on what buses, where to transfer, and how to get there, and the various, how to apply for ADA, dial a ride, all the information on the half fare and everything you need to know about our service and the service in Clarkston. So, will
it be mobile available? Can you be able to use your tablet or your phone with the web page?
I believe so. I do believe so.
Which will be fantastic, so I can stand
at
the commute center and say I want to go to here and figure out exactly what bus to jump on and when it comes and and I need to go back and grab it. And
yes,
that's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Simply said.
Just getting there. It's the getting there and getting that all into place and working well.
Yeah.
Because, but that's just a process we're stepping through right now. So.
Yeah, fantastic. All this information is fantastic. Before we go, I just want to say thank you. Is there anything else that you want to let viewers know, talk about, share about the future of Lewiston Transit?
I think I pretty much mentioned it all for now. But thanks for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to get the word out there. Yeah, absolutely. If you have questions or you want more information, what's the best way to get a hold of Lewiston Transit? The best way to get a hold of us, our dispatchers are great sounding boards on information, and you can call them at 208-298-1340. And you can also obviously visit the City of Lewiston website, and then there will eventually be a link to the new Asotin County PTA BA and the City of Lewiston Transit's combination efforts. Yes. Fantastic. So thanks again. Appreciate your time. Thanks, Darlene. You're welcome. Thanks again, everybody, for watching, and we will see you next time on CityBeat.